Hello Darwin, Someone Bard here, and welcome to the conclusion of Happy Sulli-Days. It's New Year's Eve again, and not only am I going to finish up Happy Sulli-Days, but I'm also going to review a direct-to-video Disney film that also happens to be a Christmas movie, which there are a handful. But this one I'm doing is a sequel, or more of a midquel, to a Disney classic, and that of course is Beauty and the Beast, the Enchanted Christmas.
It's Christmas time at the Beast Castle, where everyone's invited and all the servants have become human after the events of the last film. And with Lumiere and Cogsworth arguing on who saved Christmas the year before, Mrs. Potts decides to tell the story of what happened last Christmas, in which it takes place after the Beast saves Belle from being attacked by the wolves. And from that point on, it shows Belle and the servants trying to bring Christmas to the castle, and to make the Beast happy in doing so. While in the meantime, a pipe organ named Forte is trying to get rid of Belle from not only bringing Christmas back, but also to keep the Beast from falling in love and possibly break the spell.
Now, for being a midquel, it's pretty hard to figure out where exactly in the first film this one takes place, despite it saying that it happened after the wolves attacked Belle.
And in the first film, the Beast has his arm bandaged when saving Belle, where in here, he's not wearing it. Maybe it happened during the song, there's maybe something there before, but both Belle and Beast are growing a relationship during that, and are having a good time together. And in moments when they are together, it's pretty off in terms of continuity, and rarely are they happy with each other. Even the Beast hates Christmas, which at first sounds like a grinchy moment, but the reason he hates it is okay. I mean, in the first film, the prince was transformed into a beast on a winter's night. Well, Christmas is during winter, and this is why he hates the holiday. But they could have chose any night during winter, and they chose Christmas just as a tie-in, and it feels kind of forced in.
And even so, the new characters don't have much to them.
Okay, they're not bad per se, but because this is a midquel, there's not a single mention of them in the first film. All we get of them is what they are and not much else. Angelique is or was the castle's decorator, but she refuses to partake in decorating for Christmas after the spell was cast. Fife is or was a piccolo player who serves Forte in his schemes to stop Belle and has trouble controlling his noise-making when being nervous. And Forte is or was the castle's core composer, who, like I said before, tries to stop Belle and the Beast from being together. And though they're voiced by well-known actors, the characters themselves just exist for this film alone and nowhere else. Oh, by the way, there's also an axe in a Christmas film who happens to be Jewish.
I don't know why he has that accent or what his deal is, but at least he makes a couple of funny lines.
The animation, though at times flowing like the first film, is sort of like standard television animation. Sometimes it's good to look at, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it looks nice, sometimes it looks awkward. The characters sometimes go on and off model, it's mostly a mess. Not every scene looks the same, and a few times they repeat the same animation, but with subtle touches.
But hey, at least it's not as bad as the effects for the trailer of this film.
The songs are okay for what they are, but they're not as good as the ones from the first film. The songs in the first film are more memorable, catchy, and fun. Where here, they are somewhat memorable and catchy, but not fun. There's just no joy to them and feel pretty off. Not to mention kind of annoying. And despite the returning actors and new actors providing decent voices to the characters, they don't hold up as much. Paige O'Hara voices Belle, Robbie Benson voices the Beast, Jerry Orbach voices Lumiere, David Ogden Stiers voices Cogsworth, Angela Lansbury voices Mrs. Potts, Haley Joel Osment voices Chip, Paul Rubens voices Fife, Bernadette Peters voices Angelique, and Tim Curry voices Forte. As a whole, this movie isn't the best. The characters aren't very strong, the story, as a midquel, isn't much, the animation is awkward and not fun, and the songs, though okay, aren't so good. Director Andy Knight didn't make much of an attempt at doing a Beauty and the Beast film on such a scale as this, making the most likable of characters being downgraded, and new characters not enjoyable enough, and with animation on a television level, and with songs that have some decency to them, but not entirely. And for having to be a Christmas movie, it pretty much suffers in that regard.
So today, this movie would be given a rating of 2 stars. So that is it for Happy Sulli-Days. Thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Facebook or Twitter. Tune in next week for a new video. And have a Happy New Year! Hello again. Yeah, I just went to see a movie in IMAX 3D not too long ago, and I would like to say that it is like the best movie of this year. But that could be a little debatable because I haven't seen a whole lot this year, but what are you gonna do? So, without further ado, here's a review of it. I hope you enjoy it.
Well, it's time to talk about a Star Wars movie that really isn't a trilogy story, yet not really so much of a prequel. It's the spin-off movie of one of the best movie franchises, Rogue One, a Star Wars story. The story is of a woman named Jyn Erso, who's been told by the Rebel Alliance that her father, Galen, has been working with the Empire in designing the Death Star, and that General Orson Krennic and Governor Moff Tarkin are running the operation. So Jyn joins the Alliance, along with a spy named Cassian, his android second-in-command, K2SO, a tough soldier named Baze Malbus, and his partner, a blind warrior named Karut Imwe, and they all go out to steal the plans for the Death Star to the Alliance. Director Gareth Edwards has done a superb job at presenting a Star Wars spin-off that not only connects to A New Hope, but also has good characters, very well done story, and amazing effects. All of the moments that happen here felt right, with returning characters such as Tarkin and Darth Vader, reprised by James Earl Jones, in small, yet great scenes, including the climax, which brought a great big smile on my face. And I can definitely say, with no ifs, ands, or buts, that this is better than Force Awakens, and probably my favorite film of 2016. So today I'm giving this movie a rating of 3.5 stars.
And that is it. So thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Facebook or Twitter. Tune in next week for a new video, and have a Happy New Year, of course. And take care.